Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and this is kind of a strange video, but I think probably it might help some folks. And so I'm here on this is where I live. I live on my son's little farm, and of course he restores cars and fixes engines and does everything actually. So, but what I want to talk about is bicycles and e-bikes. I haven't been without a bicycle in all my life since I was 6 years old. The only time I can think of is the 4 years that I was in college. I didn't have a bicycle. And so I rode bicycles just for fun because it's a freedom that I enjoy. And about 4 years ago, it was in fall, and I was riding home from a 6 mile ride headed towards here. And about a mile away, I felt something I had never felt before while riding a bicycle. And I guess what they would call that is fatigue. And I realized, let's see, I would have been 77 back then. And I just decided, I'm getting old, It just happened that a couple of months later, it was actually in November of that year, that my younger brother called me and said, you got to get an e-bike because he had one, he got one, he was excited about it. So that's how I ended up getting an e-bike. But let me show you something that I learned about posture on a regular bicycle, and we'll take a look at that, and then we'll go on to the rest of them here. But I feel so sorry for folks that I see who go, older age, and they go in to buy a bicycle to exercise. So we'll come over here, and this is my granddaughter's bicycle, which she let me borrow, and I got the chair there for another reason, but I'll use it to hold things up. Yeah, okay, so I see these people that they decide they want to ride a bicycle for exercise, and then they just buy it at the store, bring it home, and start riding it. And I watch them, and their knees are almost up to their chin, and they're struggling along because they have never learned to adjust for posture. So if you happen to be one of those folks, let me show you something here. You notice the bend in my knee was the same as sitting in a chair. And we weren't designed to have any energy in our knees or in our legs while we're sitting. So that's why sitting on the bicycle that way, you're not going to have a lot of energy, and you're going to waste a lot of energy. So the secret is, it's not really a secret, but if you go over here and raise the seat until it's comfortable, I guess right about there would be good. Get it all done right here. Okay. All right, now then, that's about right. Hope I got that tight enough. Okay, so now when you go down the road, see, really what you should have is, when you're the right height for a seat is you can keep the bike balanced with your toes while you're riding along. Now let's take a look at what happens now when you're on your downward. This is the power stroke right here, where that leg goes down like that. Okay, notice the bend. There's muscles in here and around over here that when you have it bent that way, you have a lot more strength. If you have more strength, you don't waste as much energy trying to make it go. So if you look at people riding bikes that have been riding them for a while, they have the seat up a little ways, all right? So that's just for regular bikes. And don't tip over now, because you're an old man. There we go. Okay, so I learned that. The second thing, when I got my e-bike, By the way, they don't make this one anymore. Rad made this one, and it's called a Mini, and it is really a nice bike. But anyway, they don't have tech support for it, so it's not worth much. Okay, so anyway, when I got mine, the seat was down, and you go and you get on, and if you ride e-bikes, you know that pedal assist is important, but you have to pedal a lot more on an e-bike than you do on a trike, and I'll show you why in a minute. But anyway, so this is a poor position for the seat, and now I gave this to my son so he can have the seat somewhere where he wants. I just lowered it for this purpose, but that's the sitting position. You don't get much energy out of your body. You waste a lot of energy, and you don't get a lot of strength. So kickstand's down, safe to go. So you reach down here and you raise the seat. Okay, so that's for e-bikes. Now let's go over here to the trike. Just roll them up a little bit here. Got brakes on. Okay. All right, so there. Now, when I got this, and by the way, this is going to be live, live and learn, because I haven't adjusted anything but the seat at this point. So I got the seat up about 3 inches. And by the way, on a tricycle, say, well, don't raise the seat too far because you're raising the center of gravity. Well, it depends on how heavy how heavy you are. But for me, I and the bike both weigh about the same, so I could actually raise it further, and I may end up doing that. But then the other thing that I haven't done yet that I want to do is to adjust the height of the handlebars and also the position of the handlebars. They can be back. And so we're going to take a look at that, and then I'll try riding it. We'll see how it works, and I'll let you know in future videos if I adjusted it more after that. So basically what we want to do, and I haven't done this, so I hope it's going to work here. There's that. Okay. Got that loosened, and then we should be able to just bring it up. So I'm going to bring it up about, well, first of all, let me put it down. Let me get on here. What I've been doing is I've been riding around. Of course, before I raised the seat, it was really bad, because when I raised the seat, I got this angle on my knee. But before I raised the seat, my knee was like this, and I couldn't put any energy into the pedaling, and so I raised the seat so I could help a little bit, and that, of course, is good exercise. That's why I ride it, for exercise. So I raised the seat a little bit, and then I was going along the other day, and I thought, look at the posture of my back. I'm bent over, and I thought, I got to fix that. And so what I decided to do first was to raise this up about like so, anywhere in there. And that might be too much, I don't know. But that changes my posture so that I'm sitting more straight up. And the higher I go with this, the more my posture. And then also, I'm going to break the video for a second, and we're going to loosen this and pull these back and see if that makes a difference. So stand by. Okay, now I've got it loose, and it was somewhere around in there. If I have this turned about here, now my posture should be a little more straight up and down on my back, because my wife, she's always telling me to sit up straight, because it's just from my bad nature, that bad habits that I've got this way. So we're going to tighten this up, and we'll see if we can go for a ride here. So hang on. All right, we got them set back. I'm sitting back. Let's see. Okay, now my legs, I should probably have the seat just a little bit higher because my legs are horizontal here. And but we're going to try it with the handlebars like they are and see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I can tell that I need to do the seat some more now that I've got that adjusted. Okay, so we'll pull in here, make a real quick seat adjustment. Okay, now it's still still up a little bit, but I think that's about as good as it's going to get right now, and then I'll adjust things as time goes by. So let's give it a try again now. Okay, well, I'll let you know as time goes by, but this is a much better adjustment for having good posture for me, and then you can do the same thing. Now these can also be rotated down so that they're easier to grasp. I'll be doing that too. Anyway, I'm sorry to I hope that you've learned something from this. I've learned something from it. I want to thank you for watching this video, and God bless.